Hi everybody, I'm Chris and welcome to Board on the Floor. Today we're going to take a look at the Goonies Never Say Die to figure out if it's good enough for me and maybe even good enough for you. This is another of these medium box games that my friend picked up for me at Target. I'm not too sure, once again, if it's released yet in Canada, but I'm sure soon enough it will be available. This is a game for ages 12 and over and 2 to 5 players, so once I go through it, probably play with my kids, figure out if there's an easy way to create a solo version of it. Just like with the game Gargoyles, it doesn't actually come in shrink. It just has some stickers on the side. Ooh. This is the game board. Looks like, just like the Gargoyles as well, there is going to be artwork on both sides of the game board, which is actually quite nice. Don't you realize? The next time you see Sky, it'll be over another town. The next time you take a test, it'll be in some other school. Our parents, they want the best of stuff for us, but right now, they gotta do what's right for them, because it's their time. Their time, up there. Down here, it's our time. It's our time down here. Let's take a look at this. How does it open here? I'm gonna move my coffee over. Ooh, very nice. Oh, take a look at that. I actually haven't even had a chance to take a look at the rules or anything, so I'm not too sure how this game board's going to be set up. It looks like it's just different caverns. In here, looks like a map board. That's cool. It is like a player aid. Shows a reference of strength of giant rats, bat swarm, skeleton crew, skeleton bombardier, pirate ghost, merfolk warrior. Ooh. Then the player round, the GM round, Goondocks Master. Here's the rule book for the Goondocks Master's eye only. So I guess this is going to be where one of the players will be the Goondocks Master and will control exactly what's going on. Maybe like in Dungeons and Dragons. There's also different scenarios, just like in Gargoyles Awakening. Very cool. They call them adventures. Awesome. Here's the instructions guide. I know there is going to be an expansion. I don't know if it's available yet, but in the expansion you can play the older kids. So in the core box, you only have Chunk, Mikey, Sloth, Mouth, and Data. And of course the Fratellis. There's also the giant octopus in this game, which is cool because that's something that was cut out of the movie. One-eyed Willie. Showing us how to set up the board. Information on the player boards and how it works between the Goondocks Master and I guess the rest of the players. Very cool. And here we have our token sheet. Let's cut this open. So I guess like if you're nostalgic for the 80s and 90s, right now there's a lot coming out. So whether it's the Gargoyles, the Goonies, or the Alien board games that are out right now, there's tons of stuff for people to be playing, which is awesome. All right, token sheet number 1. It's got some of the bad guys on there. And kind of like the lagoon, what's called Haunted Tide Pool. There's some rats. And this is One-Eyed Willie's treasure hoard. Here, this is Moss Garden Wishing Well. What's this? One-Eyed Willie's Captain's Quarters. And an hourglass. Maybe that counts down the rounds. All right. Here we just have some Ziploc bags for storage. Put that aside here. And these are, plastic standees for all of the cardboard tokens, I guess, for the bad guys. Some dice. Some more dice here. And here we have our minis, just like in Gargoyles, stored in a Ziploc bag. So here we have our octopus. Here we have the Fratellis. One-Eyed Willie. I guess this is supposed to be junk. Sloth. And here we got Mikey. He's looking at his map. And there's Mouth. And Data. All right, let's take a look at, we got some smaller cards here. I'm not exactly sure how the gameplay works. I was kind of surprised to see that there's kind of like a DM of sorts. But I got to take a look at the rule set and figure out exactly how this is supposed to play. Because if I end up playing it with my kids, most likely that Goondocks Master will end up being me. Oh, there's some of the monster cards. Flip them around. Giant rat. Skeleton crew. Some items. Conditions. Let's take a look at the other side. Oh, some might actually be encounter cards, maybe, that you'll use for each adventure. Treasures, items, yeah, bad guys. Oh, those are the teenagers. Oh, and then a few action cards for the characters. These look like they're the GM cards. A couple cards that are player aids. Yes, and these would probably be how the GM performs their turn. Different things that could happen. Events. Encounters. Maybe a few spoilers here, I don't know. I'll move them fast enough so you can't actually read them. Cards for the GM. Oh, I guess they're all for the GM. And then here we have player boards. Mikey. Mikey does not need to be in the same room to give teamwork. Goonies never say die. Mouth. Mouth starts each adventure with his 3 wisecrack cards. Jerk alert. Chunk. Whenever Chunk spends a wish token to upgrade a die, he may upgrade 2 dice instead. Listen, okay? You guys will never believe me. Data. Data starts each adventure with his 6 invention cards. Hey, I've got a great idea, you guys. Sloth. Oh, whenever another Goonie in Sloth's room would take damage from a foe, Sloth may take all of the damage instead. Hey, you guys! The Fratellis. Follow them, size 5s. One-eyed Willie, soaked with blood of the trespassing thief. Giant octopus. The octopus was very scary. Nice. Yeah, just different sides. No, and these boards are all the same. Very cool. Unlike Gargoyles, no additional artwork in the box. If you are a fan of the Goonies movies, I would have to say you'll probably be a fan of the game. Now, because it is a 2+ player game, and there is this Goondocks Master, I'm not too sure what it's going to be like to try and figure out a way to play it solo. But I am going to set it up upstairs, try and get my kids involved, and play a couple rounds to understand the gameplay better, and to figure out if this is the kind of game that you would be able to play by yourself. As far as I can tell, just by looking at it now, I would have to say because of that Goondocks Master element, like it even has a shield. I think that's what this map, it looks like it's kind of like a cover for the Goondocks Master's area. So it'd be playing behind this like that. So seeing that element makes me think that this might not be the kind of game yet you can play solo, but I'm going to take a look at it and try and see for myself because there might be a way around it. There you have it, a what's in the box of the Goonies Never Say Die, published by Funko Games and designed by Prospero Hall. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. And be sure to check back on the channel because I will be putting up a gameplay video shortly. But for now, I'm just going to say goodbye, so take care, and I'll see you next time.